49 of 2023, Wednesday the 13th of December. You're very welcome. Let's get into it. So on the website formerly known as Twitter, x.com, I have a premium account. And as a premium user, at the moment, I'm getting a lot of recommendations to upgrade to Premium Plus. So I decided to look into Premium Plus and see what I would get for my additional money. And one of the items they list there is access to the beta program for X's new AI, which is called Grok, Grok. So what is Grok? I started to investigate. I started to look into Grok to see if it was worth doubling my subscription fee, but felt disappointed that it is what I'm now calling yet another chatbot, or YACB. I'm finding at the moment that there is a big focus on chatbots in the AI implementation space. The vast majority of the most popular AI implementations out there, the most famous being ChatGPT, is some sort of prompt that you can type in a query and you can get an answer. So it's basically a chatbot. It's a Q&A session between you and some AI that has a model in the background that is preloaded with lots of data that it can search. And it understands language, so it can understand what you're typing, it can parse that, and it can run queries based off that, and then it can build responses that are understandable by humans in plain English. And I feel like at the moment that we need to move beyond AI being an education aid for looking things up to AI being a workflow automation aid to make your life easier. My fundamental belief with personal computers is that they should be an automation device. They should be there to make your life easier and to automate away a lot of the day-to-day drudgery that we all need to deal with. And it got me thinking about if I was a product owner in X and if I was responsible for the product roadmap for that Grok product, like what would I do? What would I do differently? What would I like to see as an end user to improve my experience using x.com? And I don't mean just better search, because to be frank, if I'm searching, I'm not going to go to x.com anyway. It's not really a place where I'm going to go looking for answers on, especially not research topics, because God only knows what you're going to get back. There's a lot of crazy people on that website. So I'm not sure that building an AI model based upon the content of x.com is fundamentally a sound idea anyway. But regardless, I gave it some thought and I came up with a list of the things that I'd like to see Grok do. So if any product managers from X are listening, please write these down. So with that in mind, I have the following feature requests for Grok to improve my overall X experience. And you'll see that a lot of this is based upon the fact that I am a blogger and I want to automate some of my workflows around, publishing content to X. So the first one is I would like Grok to be able to scan the RSS feed for my blog and periodically post blogs there from my archive. So that's something that I do manually now and again. I pick out an old blog entry. I've got over 500 blog entries going back over 20 years. So periodically I will manually pick one out. Could be something from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and I will post it on my X profile, just to kind of have a bit of nostalgia, I suppose, about stuff from the past. And it would be nice if the AI was able to do that for me. The second request would be I'd like Grok to do the same for my podcast RSS. So I have a podcast now as well, which you're currently listening to. When I publish a new episode, I have to manually post onto X about that. X doesn't have any ability to consume RSS feeds of any description, which is not ideal if you're publishing your blog to RSS, you're publishing your podcast to RSS. X doesn't care about any of that. It has no visibility on it, which is a shame. My third request would be to suggest people I should follow based upon topics that I actually post about. I get a lot of weird suggestions for people I should follow on X. I'm sure anybody who uses X has the same experience. It's often left me scratching my head thinking, why is the algorithm suggesting this person to me? I have specific topics that I like to talk about on X. So I think it would be nice if the AI was able to build a model based upon my content and the topics that I care about, and then use that model to match me to similar users who talk about the same topics and suggest them instead. There doesn't seem to be any logical algorithm that I can detect in terms of the suggestions that's made at the moment. It seems to be a bit haphazard. And most of them, to be frank, I don't follow. I just ignore the suggestions. I want to find other technologists like me on X. I know X is full of them. There's millions of them, but they're pretty hard to find. So I think the AI could do a good job of finding those folks for me. Number 4 on my list is for Grok to give me a morning summary of X posts that I missed from those that I follow. So we have the For You tab. Sometimes you'll see in there posts from people that you actually follow that you missed from the last 24 hours, which is great. But you'll get a lot of stuff in there that's pretty random from people that you don't follow. And it's not even that interesting to you anyway. And it's only there because it got a lot of engagement, so it could be some bait-like content just there that people are just trying to bait a response and, trying to get as much engagement as they can. And unfortunately, the For You algorithm seems to reward that. I don't want to see that in my feed. I'd rather have some intelligent algorithm that's there that is, using some AI to say, here's actually the most interesting things that you missed within the last 24 hours from people that you actually follow, and making sure that they bubble to the top of your feed. I think that would be really cool. The 5th suggestion would be to notify me of trending topics that I set alerts for. So I'm thinking like Google Alerts here, where you can actually configure some alerts yourself to say when this particular topic starts to trend on X, send me an alert. I think that would be very interesting that if Grok was actually groking the trending topics on X, and actually, bubbling those up and even alerting you to say, hey, this particular topic that you're particularly interested in is trending right now, so maybe it would be good to jump on and see what people are saying. Number 6 is to auto-mute people based on filter rules that I configure. One of the pain points with X is the drudgery of blocking and muting. There's a lot of head cases on there, so I spend a lot of time muting and blocking people. And I know that they all have, common traits. And it would be nice for the AI to detect the kinds of profiles that I'm typically muting and then suggest auto-muting them for me, or even just going ahead and muting them. There's some people that just spend their entire time on X talking about a single topic, and that single topic might be something that I just don't want to hear about. So if anybody's just going on and on about that topic, I would be quite happy for them to be auto-muted by an AI. In a similar vein, number 7, it would be nice to be able to auto-respond to my post replies using my writing style. So that's a very interesting idea for me. Could Grok actually mimic my response style and then start to auto-respond to things on my behalf? Now that's a really, really cool feature that would be super useful. And yeah, I know it would be not trivial to implement because everybody has a different writing style, but you could imagine that is like something that people who have huge accounts on X would be quite happy to pay a lot of money for. I don't have a huge following on X, by the way. I'm talking about other people. Number 8, I think we're at number 8 now. Warn me of people blocking me but still sending hidden responses. This is another pain point on X. People who are passive aggressive, they block you, and then they respond to you so that they know that you can't see the response, but other people in the thread can. Again, there's a lot of head cases on X, so there is a feature on X which is meant to be able to show you hidden responses. In my experience, it doesn't work because a lot of those hidden responses are from people who have blocked you, so you can't see them. So it would be nice at least to get some indication that, people are responding, even if you can't see the response, which is fair enough. They blocked you. That's the intent of a block. You can't see it. But it would be nice nonetheless to get some indication that there are 3 responses on this thread from people who have blocked you, just to give you some visibility on that passive aggressive behavior. Number 9 would be to auto caption my X video uploads. I started to upload videos to X recently because I'm producing videos for YouTube of these episodes that you're listening to right now. And I am also uploading those videos directly onto X. The video upload experience on X is actually very good. And I think one way they could improve it would be to use AI to auto caption the videos. And then finally, number 10 on my list, I have review my posts before publication for spelling mistakes or factual errors. Oh my god, this would be massive for X. Firstly, with the edit feature on X, you can only edit a post within the first hour of posting. So if you miss that window and you've got a typo in there, well, that typo is going to be there forever unless you delete the post. So it's a bit limited. And it's quite a common thing for you to post something and then subsequently realize, oh, I made a spelling mistake, I made a typo. So it'd be really nice to have those things checked before you actually post. So have a kind of a preview function. What would be even more interesting would be if it would actually fact check what you're about to post. So maybe from the model that Grok has already built up, it has some intelligence there. It could say, actually, what you're posting about might not be true or might not be aligned with what everyone else is saying on this particular topic. Sounds a bit naggy, but I think it would be useful to maybe optionally switch on that feature to say, hey, before I post, can you sanity check what I'm posting? That would be really, really beneficial, I think, for the entire community. So that's what I've come up with so far. I think if I was to give it some deeper thought, I could probably come up with an even longer list than that. But you can probably see where I'm going with this, guys. I want AI to automate my workflow. I want AI to use my profile to suggest things to me smartly. I want AI to understand who I am. I want AI to understand the topics that I'm interested in. I want AI to help me. I want AI to sanity check me. I want AI to be an assistant. I don't want AI to be something that's just sitting there dumbly at a prompt, waiting to react to whatever I type in. I want AI to be proactive. I want AI to be working in the background on my behalf as an intelligent agent. I think that's where we should be going with AI, that we start thinking about AI as being an agent that I can delegate responsibility to automate some of my workflow, rather than just being simply a better search. We already have search. It's a solved problem. And again, if I'm looking up topics, probably the last place I'm going to go to get a credible answer is x.com. I will go to x.com to see what's trending and what people are talking about. But there's a tremendous amount of noise on there, as everybody knows, and the signal can be hard to find. And I don't think AI is going to help find that signal. I think all AI is going to do is it's just going to aggregate the noise and give you a best guess. So I'm not sure that search is the right approach here. I think instead what they should be going for with Grok is an assistant, something that I can actually delegate responsibility to, and it can carry out instructions on my behalf. And in many ways even, be a kind of a substitute for me when I'm offline, for example, with auto replies and so on. So I think that would be very, very powerful, and I think that would be worth paying for. But as things stand for now, I think I'll probably stick with my regular premium account. While having a chatbot with a cool personality is fun, I want more utility. So what else have I been doing this week? Because I'm running late, as you can tell, I've been extremely busy. I don't know if it's the same for everyone else, but at the moment I'm trying to wrap up so many topics because it's the end of the year. So I haven't had any opportunity at all to work on any of my personal projects. So they're on hold for now. In terms of media that I'm enjoying, I started to read Shift by Hugh Howey. Shift is the second book in his Silo trilogy, the first one being Wool. I read Wool before, I thought it was excellent. Shift is more about the building of the silo that featured in the first book. Really enjoying it so far. It's got an excellent structure in terms of alternating chapters between two timelines and two characters. I've read books with that kind of structure before. I've always found it fascinating. Very well written. Hugh is a great writer in general. And yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's very fun, and it's actually surprising the direction he's gone in with the second book. Feels quite different, but it's fresh, and it's been great so far. So I'm looking forward to finishing that one soon. Okay, I will leave it there, guys. I will try to post on time later in the week. But for now, I will wish you a good remainder of the week, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.